All right, everyone, here we go with the world point reading. Let's shuffle for the pre-shuffle. I haven't done anything. I'm going to tell you about this energy real quick. I've been talking about it a lot. I don't need to yammer on, and I don't think you'll need your big boy, big girl pants for this reading too much. I'm going to keep it confined to the soulmate cycle because it'll be obvious how it relates to societal energies, I'm sure. And I'm sure you're going to read all about the world point all over the place. Neptune and Saturn in Aries. 0 degrees in a conjunction. Plain and simple. That's the astrological thing. It's a worldwide awakening. It's an awakening within the soulmate cycle. Primarily on the DM side in the soulmate cycle. Most of the DFs are fairly awake, if you will. But it is one of several, probably the biggest, I will tell you, from an energy perspective. It is one of the biggest of several points of, look at that, points of no return in between now, over the next 18 months, on the Leo Aquarius axis of eclipses, right? We'll ride that. Now I wrote about in my March write-up why it's the first 18 months that are strong. I compared it to skipping a stone across a stream, right? It's strongest when you first throw it. It loses a little bit each time it skips. And by the time it's the last one, it's barely a skip, isn't it? Well, that's a bit of an eclipse axis. It's a good way to look at it from an energy perspective. That being said, there's a lot of points of no return coming in. I've got one here. I know I do. Just looking at the death card, I can tell you I've got a point of no return here for somebody, for something. For some of you, your soul connections are going to change greatly. Right? For some of you, that original runner you've been watching tarot readings about is about to get switched out for somebody else. You're about to have a new soul recognition for some of you. Right? For others of you, it's a reboot. It's a rebirth, if you will. Surface energy. We shuffled for it right here. It's the death card, crossed by the 3 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. I got that. What's that corny Disney song? A whole new world. Right? It's a whole new world. We're going where we haven't been before. Every fucking thing is changing. I mean, I don't know how else to phrase this. Everything is changing. I wrote about it in my March write-up. I said, just looking at from the Jupiter retrograde perspective, all right, leaving the world point out of it, which is just huge, but in the Jupiter retrograde perspective, we were in a bubble. There seemed to be no consequences for anything. The most bizarre, crazy shit happened, and there were no consequences. Nothing came of it, right? It was like it got whitewashed. That's all done, right? There's consequences now for actions. On the DM side, old tricks aren't going to be working. So in the soulmate cycle here, you've got somebody who's got a modus operandi. That's not going to work anymore. It's different. The land is different. Imagine you're used to walking on paved roads. Well, it's about to get rocky. It's about to get more like a trail terrain, right? As a way of putting it. You're going to need new shoes. It's an energy we're moving into. Let's see what we got here, because I don't even fucking know. All right, so we got that. That's fine. Whole new world. Then on the back side of that, I've got the 3 of Cups, Strength. I could go a couple more. Judgment and a Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Cups just backs up what I was going to say here. Only the pure of heart. It's how I ended. I think it's my last couple of sentences in my March write-up. And this plays out. Obviously, it's a big deal in relation to March. Hell, I'm starting your March. That's a French TV show. Your March monthly overview on fucking Thursday, right? It's about heart, soul, passion, honesty, all of it. That's what wins the day. The cups are what matter here. In this new world that we're moving into, I've got a 3 of Wands sandwiched between a death card and a Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune's a 10. It's basically a death card. It's a 10. 10's in the end, dead end. It lead to a new beginning. When you get a Wheel of Fortune with a death card, oh, this shit is happening, right? That's something I should have gotten on a world point. Could have gotten the world card, would have summed it up too. It's probably in here somewhere if we dig for it. Don't need it. All right. Let's see where we go. So a dynamic between you and somebody else is changing in a massive way. Not just a little way, a massive way. All right, let's see where we go. Let's see where we go. Card before the cuts. Why the fuck are we here? All right, we're going to pull a standard reading on this. It's not going to be a pyramid. All right. What's this? Card before the cut is why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? I don't think you'll need your big boy, big girl pants for this reading. I think this is going to be... The reason being... Fakey McFakerman, Queen of Wands. The energy is very obvious. All right? We talked about this in a 3 card I did the other day where the veil is thin between bullshit and truth. Somebody's pretense wall is coming down. That's why we're here. Somebody's wall of pretense is coming down. I think it'll be obvious to them. Sort of imagine you're invisible. Remember that they had that Fantastic Four movie, right? They had that, I don't remember who played it. They had some hot chick playing the Invisible Girl. I don't know the celebrities' names. I have no fucking idea. But anyway, she had to get naked to be her invisible sort of thing. She probably felt pretty comfortable going out butt naked and getting the mail and doing whatever she had to do, whatever it was. But in this energy here, somebody's about to realize, that chick would realize real quick, they can see me, right? That's a bit of that. Somebody here normally checks the mail butt naked. Nobody notices them. And now they're looking. And what's everybody looking at? How come they're looking at me? How come they can see me? Right? The pretense is going away. How about that? That applies across the board. I told you. It's not going to be hard to figure out how it relates to societal energies. The energy right now has gotten to a point where it's being blatantly obvious. That being said, we've got somebody attached to you that realizes that their emotions are exposed. And they are. 4 of Wands is what comes after that. I believe it. I believe it. There's a new beginning between you and somebody else where you get real. You have a conversation that's coming up very soon. And I'm not divine. This is a 36-year cycle that's ending and a new 36-year beginning. I'm not divining out 36 years. Okay? I'm not. This shit is happening in the short range. This shit is happening sometime between now and the end of March. Okay? Most likely. Probably amplified substantially by Jupiter going direct on the 10th of March. We'll get to that. This is an important energy. This is the start of a long cycle. For an energy reader, that's a big deal. For you, if you're not an energy person, you're like, well, whatever, energy, whatever. It's a big deal. All right, this is as big a deal as it would be in your life if you bought a new house. That's how big this is. This is a long 36-year cycle, and it's the house we have to live in. All right, okay. That being said, the last house we lived in, we tore down the Berlin Wall, the Cold War ended, right? The .coms happened, all of that, everything. The internet became a thing. Social media became a thing, right? Some downsides became a thing. I mean, for a little while, something called justifiable rape became a thing, which, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fucking bullshit of that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that became a thing over the last 36 years. And right now, we're coming into it. We get to decide here at the beginning what's going to be the thing. How is this new house? Are we going to buy this one or that one? Right? Somebody here, you get to have a very deep conversation with somebody. Okay? Very, very deep. Let's take a look. Let's give the deck a shuffle. They're very exposed. All of their emotions are exposed. And they feel exposed. It's like they're almost begging you for a towel. Do you have anything I can wrap myself in? Right? Or do I have to stand here and talk to you butt naked with everything exposed? Right? It's a bit of that. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. All right. You've got a lot of DMs in the soulmate cycle that tell a lot of lies. To themselves a lot. Maybe to you a lot. We can't be together is a lie. For most of you with your runners. Right? Sometimes those lies aren't obvious. Or it could be looked at this way. Or it could be looked at that way. Right? In the case now, in the new cycle, in the new 36-year cycle, especially in the early stages as it gets fired up, Jupiter goes direct, things start rolling along. The lies are a lot easier to question. There's not a lot of different ways you can look at it. Right? It flips the energy around where the truth is the main thing, is the main focus. The truth isn't variable. Lies tend to be variable. It's like what I said in my March write-up. It's how police detectives tell if you're full of shit or not. One of the ways they tell is how much your story changes, right? The truth doesn't change. A lie it adapts as it's needed, right? 2 plus 2 suddenly becomes 6 because I need it to be, that kind of a thing. It's usually how they tell. That in this energy, you'll be like a little police detective. All right. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking Time Lord, but I told you, I'm not divining that far out. This is some heavy energies. I'm going to tell you, the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Three of Pentacles. So now that we know what's going on with this energy, right? Now that we know what's going on, we're going to keep it soulmate cycle. And we're just going to talk about it. It's going to be a real rainbow unicorn tarot. I promise you. You can already see the rainbow. You know it's not. It's me, right? I'm still me, even in the new cycle. Three of Pentacles. Oh, look, I got rainbow. Well, I don't know. Maybe it will be rainbow unicorn. This is an energy of a chance to rebuild something. All right? And it's going to be easier than you think. It really is. It's not that hard. It's funny, and I wrote about this also in my March article. So please read it. It's over at sltblog.com. Check it out. Right? I said it's amazing how much people in general, whether it's in the soulmate cycle or outside of it, go the wrong way and keep going the wrong way, keep making mistakes. And then there's like this whole mess that has to be cleaned up afterward. It is so easy just to say, oh my God, I made a mistake, let's change direction. It's actually much easier to do that than to keep going, even though you think it's easier just to keep going. Why is it easier to stop and change direction and whatever? Because there's less mess to clean up on the back end. It's this mess, this thing with this person, with somebody attached to you. It's going to be easier to clean up than you think. But we are at a point of no return. It won't be easy if we don't address it now. So hopefully you don't have a super fuckwit attached to you. Okay? Hopefully. Because it's actually going to be easier to rebuild and build on a solid structure if we stop now and do the cleanup. If we let it keep going, you let it fester, it's worse. It's like an illness, right? You want to catch something at stage 1, not stage 4, right? I mean, it's simple as that. That makes sense to everybody, right? Okay. All right. Right now, we're just at stage 1 with you and somebody else. You may think it's worse than that, but it actually, according to the energy, isn't. It could get a lot worse. They say time heals all wounds, but it also makes things harder to fix later on in relationships and things like that. If we let things go, we don't want to carpet sweep something pretty serious here. Okay, all right, let's go. Here's the energy around your connection with whoever is coming in here for you for this reading. Here's the 3D energies around them in real life. Here's their soul. Here's the hidden energy, message from the universe. Red with the energy of your connection usually, and here's the potential final outcome for you. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end. And you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this because this is the fucking world point reading. Why wouldn't I? I laughed. I peeked. You saw me peek probably. I laughed. It's a 5 of Swords. It's the most closely related to this. And this crosses the Queen of Wands that was in the card before the cut. Okay, just to give you some transparency in how the energy flows. This is a energy of a victory, but it's what I said about it's not that bad. We're catching whatever it is between you and this person, energetically, we're catching it at stage 1. Same applies to societal energies. We're catching it at stage 1 if we stop it now. If we keep going, all bets are off. Right now, it's only a whoops. Right now, it's only a whoops. Right here at the beginning of the world point, it's just a little whoopsie. It's still technically a victory to stop and fix things and talk to this person. It won't be that big. It's not that hard to take a 5 of Swords and make it a 6 of Wands, make it a victory. And I say that it's not that. I could even phrase it this way: it's not that hard to take this 5 swords and make it 6 and smooth things out. Right now, we at stage 1. You keep going, you let it fester, we're going to get it stage 4, and that's a lot harder to fix, right? That's not good. That's a 10% chance of maybe we can, all right? So, that's where we're at. That's where your connection is right now, all right? It's where a lot of things are right now, right here. 3D energies around your person. The Six of Cups. To your advantage, I'm reading the incoming energy. To your advantage, somebody attached to you is very connected with the connection. Usually this reads as nostalgia. They're very nostalgic right now. You remind them of something that they wish they could live, or wish they could have, or wish they could be. Okay? All right. Okay. It's also a warning from your side not to get caught in the past. I said this once before, don't ever fall for the myth around a person, the myth you put around a past experience in your life. Be careful about that. We can become delusional, right? People, for example, myths around celebrities and stuff like that is usually pumped up shit from a PR agency. It's not, none of it is real, But this is in direct relation to a myth around something around you and this person, or something that happened between you two. It's getting blown up on both sides a little bit. All right, we want to try to stop that before it gets to stage 4. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, their soul is here. This person who's attached to you. It bookends the 5 of Swords, the 2 of Wands. Again, it's not too late. The soul's ready. It's open to receive. Right? The soul is open to receive. I like that. That's wonderful. This also proves, because this energy flows from here to here. Primary energy flow is 5D to 3D, and this is 5D to 3D. They're very focused on you. They are. Absolutely. That works to your advantage. That's good. Cheap Trick tried to sing it to us a long time ago. I want you to want me. Right? Well, if you want this person to want you, they want you. Here it is. You need that. You need somebody to want you. You don't want to talk. If you're trying to straighten something out with somebody, you don't want to talk them into straightening it out with you. You want them to at least want to straighten it out with you, which makes straightening it out with you a lot easier. You follow? Okay. All right. Hidden energy, message from the universe. 5 of Pentacles. This is a specific message to you. It's separate from a lot of this. Usually it's read with the 5 of Swords. It kind of could be, but it's sort of almost a pat on the back from the universe here. Don't shortchange yourself. I don't know what it means. Well, I have to clarify it. It's about you're not missing out on anything. All right? Don't worry about backtracking. You're not missing out. I don't know. It's some kind of message like that. The loss is sticking with this. Right? Think of it as a game of, blackjack. A game of 21 at the casino. Right? By sticking, even though it's a safe number to stick on, because it's kind of a win, it's actually a loss. You'll actually lose. You're better off saying hit me. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's what it's saying. I don't know. We'll find out more when we clarify. If you're watching me on your phone from a blackjack table, well, go ahead and hit. Tell them to hit you. I guess that's what it would be talking about here. Gee, Steve, I was just about to stick. This guy's amazing. I was just about to stick. Okay, hit me. Right. Woohoo! Right, there you go. All right. Here we go. Just catch my drift. Don't take my analogies literally, okay? All right. Potential final outcome for you, red with 6 cups, which should be somebody returning from your past, I would say. It's the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. There's the opportunity here for transformation provided. It is communication in this context. I see somebody coming off the fence with you, okay? But it's red with this 6 of cups, and what I said about that, where it applies to you, because this is your final outcome, it holds true. Don't get stuck up on the myth or how you think something went down in the past or how you think something should be going or whatever. You get to be realistic here, and you can have a win. All right? It's not how you think something should be going or how you think it might be going. It's how can we make it go better? It's looking at it realistically. We got a chance to build on a solid foundation. It's easier than you think, but you got to get real about whatever happened here in the past. Or you need to help them get real. One or the other. I don't know. I'm just riffing on the energy. I do see this as a card of communication, though. I do see this because I've got the Four of Wands as well that came after the cup, which has the blue, the throat chakra in the middle. Definitely some communication. Somebody here again, their emotions are exposed. Now's your chance. All right? Now's your chance. You can see through whatever lies they're telling themselves, whatever lies they've told you, whatever lie it is that you both believe about what happened in the past. You can see through it. Let's pull on this Five of Swords here. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's clarify. Give me the Five of Swords. Why is it here? I like this. See, I told you, it's not a big boy, big girl pants reading like I thought it was going to be. I woke up this morning and I knew the energy was going to work with me. You know? It doesn't make any sense for it to be big boy, big girl. It's a long cycle. It's 36 years. It's going to subtly come in. But these cycles, historically, if you track them back, tend to open with a bang. They tend to open with big. You know, I didn't use the comparison in the February reading when I was talking about the world poem, but I did use a Aerosmith opening for Rolling Stones analogy in my March write-up, I think. It's a bit of that. You know, it's a bit of, well, we don't want to be late for the show. Aerosmith is opening. It's not like the opening act is some shit thing from local town council or something. You know, it's Aerosmith. We want to be there. All right. Why is the Five of Swords here? So, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. We can turn this around. Right now, in this energy, at the beginning of a long cycle, is when, even the bird agrees, and he a Pisces, you know. All right? We can turn this thing around right now. We can fix it. It's stage one. Right? You got to want to fix it. Doctor will tell you that. It's hard to help patients that don't want to fix. Sometimes they'll even lie to patients and tell them they're better off than they are just because they don't want to, they don't want to bum them out. They need them in good spirits to help them get help. You know, my wife's mother was in that kind of a situation. You know, they did that for her. That said, whatever this is here, it looks like everybody's on board. The soul is ready to go. Everything's good. You know, we're all set. We can turn this thing around. All right. You got a good opportunity here. Because everybody's being honest. Or if somebody's still trying to lie, you can see right through it. What's on top? The Chariot. What did I just say? Everything I just said just got backed up. The soulmate cycle. The Chariot that's taken us through this soulmate cycle is lit. It's ready to go. It's warmed up. It's running. You know? We can do this. Why is that here? Yeah. We could turn it around. We could turn it into a real victory. Everything I said just got backed up with all of these cards. All right? I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. I know exactly what's going on here. And whether it's you and this is your primary soulmate in the soulmate cycle. This isn't talking about a new soulmate or anything. It could be ex, your runner, whatever it is. This is your primary soulmate. This is your chance. We have a chance at the beginning of a long cycle to turn it around. It's like when you move into a new house. It's fresh energy. Right? I'll tell you what. Okay, here we go. Six of Cups. Why is that here? But if we bring the bad energy into the new house, there ain't no fixing it. Because it's going to blend with whatever energy is already in that house. And it's going to start to stink real quick. All right? So, is it up to you? Does that mean you should reach out to somebody or something like that? No, I think it happens pretty organically. I think somebody really, whoever the runner is, that character in this, right? The person who's been afraid to be vulnerable. Use my checking the mail naked analogy from the beginning. Usually, nobody can see it. They hide it real well under a wall of pretense. Now they're noticing everyone's looking. They're wearing their heart on their sleeve. They're going to want to talk about that. Okay? They're going to want to explain. Right? It's usually bigger. Okay? People usually can't see it. They don't have to explain. Now they got to explain why, I understand that you weren't aroused, but why was it so small? You know, that kind of a thing. They feel exposed. They're going to want to talk about it, if nothing else, to give you an explanation. Right? And you either believe that explanation or you don't. You'll be able to tell if it's a lie. Y'all going to be human lie detectors here for at least the next couple of months. Use it. All right, here we go. 6 of Cups. Why is it here? It's a good analogy. It works. I'm telling you, it's spot on. All right, here we go. Boom. Tower. Nice. It's a tower. Yeah. Oh, man. I know what I want to say here. Yeah. There's a moon and there's a four of cups. Something's happening. Something here, something somebody didn't want to look at is exposed. All right? Or didn't want other people to see is exposed. All right? That's it. It's my perfect analogy. Something they didn't want people to see or something people normally didn't see is now exposed. And now they got some explaining to do. They really do, and they don't like it. Right? They might come up with their own version of the truth, but they need to address it. I'm right. What's on top? Totally right. 6 of Cups, they're confused. Yeah, normally they go check the mail, butt naked, and nobody sees anything. They just walk right back in. Now people are noticing things. Right? All right. Why is that here? From the old bang days, that was the 8 of dildos. I remember that. It's the 8 of wands. Right? What did I just say? Again, I don't know why I'm your second favorite. Probably because you don't like what I have to say. But they're going to want to talk about this. They're at least going to want to explain it. And they're going to come up with 50 different fucking explanations. I got the Queen of Swords here, which has some clouds at the tip of her sword. Right? Well, it's cold outside. Okay? I understand that. But it looked like it's shriveling inward. Okay. When I was born, they're going to have all kinds of excuses why the dick chakra is so goddamn tiny. Because now everybody can fucking see it. They're wearing their emotions on the sleeve. Their pants are down. The emperor's wearing no pants. Right? All right? That's the easiest way to put it. Give me the 2 of wands. Why is it here? I told you, you won't need big boy, big girl pants for this one. You certainly don't need big boy pants for the DM. I'll tell you what. You can get them the little tykes. They'll fit right in there, no problem. What's going on? 2 of wands. Well, shit, if I knew it was that small, I wouldn't have been watching tarot readings about you. I'd have been going for someone else. All right, here we go. Why is the 2 of wands here? It's male or female. It's the DM side, so I'm picking a gender. But at the end of the day here, it's really what the energy is. It's exposed, and they've got some explaining to do. All right? And they have to explain. Why? Because you know it's a lie. You can see it. You know? It is what it is. Let's go. 2 wands. If you're lying to everybody that you got a 9-inch dick chakra, you best stay out of the nudist beach. You know? I mean, best not visit the nudist colony. It's a bad idea. If you got something to hide, you don't put yourself in a position where you're exposing that thing that you're trying to hide. Lately, it's been easy to continue to hide it even in plain sight. It is not anymore. Their emotions are on their, wearing them on their sleeve. They need to talk about it. Plain and simple. I said the soul's on board. I said that, right? Ace of Cups. It is. The emotions are flowing. All right. What's on top? Justice. Soul is on board. Why is that here? The Fool. The soul is on board. What's the bridging energy? The 9 of wands. 9's at the end of tarot. The 9 wands is bookending the 2 of wands. Again, the walls are coming down. The walls are coming. Justice, right? Balancing the energy, taking a leap of faith. Someone's talking about it. They're talking in circles. One of these things, it's a game of Sesame Street. One of these things doesn't belong here. Remember that game? Right? One of these things just doesn't belong here. That sort of a thing. One of these, the truth is in there. You'll be able to find it. And when you find that truth, grab onto it. And that's the topic you choose to talk about. Okay? All right, let's go. This is just a message for you. I still am not sure. I gave you an explanation of it, but I'm still not really sure. I mean, I was right, but it wasn't good. I guess I'll put it that way. All right. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Maybe it was the obvious surface answer that any old tarot reader would give you is you weren't missing out on anything. You didn't want this person until they were in this energy. I refuse to say that. I'll tell you, because somebody's probably saying it to their screen. Okay, fine. Yeah, whoopee. If that's all somebody's telling you about that, perhaps you should stop watching their channel, right? Because there's no amazing Kreskin there with that. That's just the surface energy. That's obvious. That's like saying, well, the stock is really high right now. You're wise not to invest yet. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Let's see where we're at. Thanks for the financial advice, super genius. Got anything you might want to tell me about projections? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Here we go. Yeah, it's crossed by the King of Wands. This is a weird thing to suggest to you. Normally, when I'm pulling on you, which most of you are the DF side, Empress energy, you reflect a lot as Empress and Queen of Pentacles. I tell you, speak from the soul, speak from the heart, use empathy and all this stuff. The universe is saying if you want this, you need to fight with your ego. You need to use your brain, use your smarts. You need to become a player in a way. Use somebody's weakness up here against them, which isn't normally how the DF fights. You're not a real... The DF normally isn't a kick them in the nuts, fight dirty kind of thing. You kind of have to here. You fight fire with fire. Okay? A little bit. What's on top? Nine of Cups. I'm right. If you want it, you got to fight for it. But you need to fight on their terms here. It makes sense. It is what it is. Nine of Cups. Why is that here? The Star. What's the bridge? The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is bookending the Five of Pentacles. I like that. Well, let me put this on screen there a little bit. Okay. The energy is giving you a chance that it never gave you before. Speaking to the DFs here, because that's the core energy that I'm reading for. Okay? It's giving you a chance you never had before, which is the ability to be as good as this person at what they're good at, whatever it is. Okay? So, just as an example, just catch my drift. If this person's a bullshit artist on crack, then you're excellent at it too. And if you're excellent at it too, a con artist can spot another con artist, right? A lot more than somebody who's not a con artist, right? So somebody's been conning you about their feelings. You're spotting that. It's like the human lie detector that I talk about, but it's better than that. It's not just spotting lies. It's spotting the whole fucking con. The whole fucking con job that they've given you here about what their life is, who they are, what they are, who they think they are, all that kind of stuff. You're spotting it. You're as good as they are at what they're good at. It's a temporary energy, but it's almost like you're getting a brief moment you're getting some magic powers for a brief moment if I'm to put some rainbow unicorn on it for you. And why not? We got a rainbow there. We got a rainbow there. All right? We got rainbows everywhere here. All right? Let's go. Final outcome. So, good. Good for you. And when you spot that, again, it's about fighting with the ego. Stab them with it. Go for it. In this energy, it's okay. Call somebody out on their shit. They're not going to run. They can't run anywhere. They're naked. You're the one with the towels. Okay? They're not going to run anywhere. They want more people to see the little Willie. Okay? So they need to talk about this. So nope, that's a lie. Nope, what you're telling me isn't true. That's not why it's small either. Nope, that's not it. It's not that. We weren't just in a pool, Bob. Okay, so you can't say cold water. All right. What else you got? Right, that's what I'm talking about here. You're kidding. The DF is getting a pair. I guess. I don't know how else to put it. Good for you. Don't let it go to your head. It's temporary energy. But it'll help you straighten this out with this person. Believe it or not, it will. We've got time. Remember what I said here. It applies across the board, but I'm just talking soulmate cycle, but boy, it's stretched more than that. We're only at stage 1 right now. We could fix this shit. But from here, we go to stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, all that stuff, and the chances get thinner and thinner and thinner. All right? With you and this person. The good news is they got some explaining to do, and they're going to want to explain. Within that explanation is going to be a shit ton of lies. They're not going to try to explain it with the truth right off. Why they ran from you, or what these feelings are that you see blatant, obviously, that they have, right? That are just, it's just glaringly obvious. They're not going to get truthful with you. You have the ability to call, nope, try again, motherfucker, keep trying. You'll get them. You'll get the truth. All right, here we go. 2 of Pentacles. Giant butterfly of transformation here. Something big is about to change. It didn't give me the death card here. This is a death card type energy in its own way. I'm mostly drawn to the butterfly. It didn't give me anything major arcana here because it is up to your free will. All right. Some people, hopefully not a Steve's Love Tarot viewer, but some people will just choose to not fight. And that's fine. It happens. It's the way it is. Same thing with, illnesses or whatever. Ask any doctor. Some people just choose not to fight. And they just don't want to. Okay. That's fine. That's their prerogative. But if you're a Steve's Love Tarot viewer, you're going to have some fun with this. Okay? You are. Pay attention to a recent 3 card I pulled. I think it was yesterday. Right? My person who lived on West Street in Malibu, right? Have some fun with it, I said. I wanted to meet your person. I have fun with situations like that. You can call them out on it. They're wearing their emotions on their sleeve. You're seeing something you didn't used to see before. It was always there, you just didn't notice it. Again, my invisible person analogy is perfect. It's perfect. All right, final outcome for you. 2 of Pentacles, why is it here? Now, we're going to go pull some wicked voodoo on this. I don't have a devil on the table. I don't. You're not being a devil here. You're not. I'll tell you what, 5 of Wands. It's an easy for you to win. Easy. This is easy for you. Okay? Piece of cake. What's on top? 8 of Swords. It's red with the 5 of Cups or the 7 of Cups. And I've been pointing at the 7 of Cups this whole time. This is their string of bullshit that you're calling out whatever. Again, somebody here is wrapped up in themselves, I think. Why is the 8 of Swords here? Yeah, the Page of Cups. And what's the bridge on the final outcome? The 4 of Wands. Yeah, again. You can have anything you want here. This is the 4 of Wands. This is the Page of Cups is red with the 8 of Wands. They're going to talk about their love on a small level. You're trying to get them to talk about it on a big level. This is why you got this is tough to explain, but I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it with fighting. Okay? All right, we're going to get some Bruce Lee philosophy here. All right? Fighting is all about destroying ego. Doesn't matter. Bruce Lee was a tiny little man. He's 120 pounds soaking wet. Well, he was kicking people. Everybody kicked everybody's ass. Bigger than him, small. It didn't matter, right? It's about destroying the ego of the other person, all right? And that's why you got the ego fighting. You got the ability to fight with ego here on their level, right? You're as good as them at what they're good at. This is about somebody here. I'll give it to you this way. In a fight situation, somebody's bigger than you, whatever, same size as you, doesn't matter. They hit you with everything they got. They know in their mind that they have punched you as hard as they can punch, and you don't go down. You just stand there, right? Or you block it. They try and throw 5 or 6 at you, and you block every one of them. They can't hit you no matter how hard they try. You've won at that point. They're busy thinking about oh my God, what am I going to do? And in that process, they actually get weaker. They actually get a little weaker and a little slower. That's when you win. You've destroyed their ego. And at that point, you just kick their ass. They think that at that point, they believe that they can't stop you. That's what's going on here. I mean, it's an extreme example, but it's what's going on here. It's why I kept pointing this around. I kept saying, you're like, no, that's not right. Okay, let me try this lie. Nope, that's not right. Okay, I'll try this lie. Nope, that's the 80. With each one, they get more and more in their fucking head. You wear them down. And you get what you want out of this. You get someone getting real with you. Here's that 4 of Wands again. I said this is easy for you, 5 Wands. There's that 4 of Wands again. It came after the cut, and it had the little blue, I wish I had it here from the animal deck. It had the little blue spot in the middle that got deeper and deeper. That's throat chakra. You get somebody to open up to you to the truth. And you have a chance at a 10 of Pentacles here. There is a shot at it. But you got to call somebody on their shit this way. You need to destroy their ego. The DMs in this cycle are narcissists. Okay? Narcissists do not care if you call them out on their shit. They do not care. It doesn't matter. Right? You can call them names. You can fight with them or whatever. They don't care about any of that. The only thing that really, really, truly, honestly defeats a narcissist, consequences. And that's what this energy heralds in, along with Jupiter direct. It heralds in a time when somebody finally gets some consequences for the bullshit. And that's what you're doing here. Nothing works. So all that's left at the end of the 7 Cups, as confusing as it is for them, as fucked up as it makes them, is to fess up. And the fess up is they love you. In spite of the fact they got a teeny peeny. That's it. It's that simple. It's the easiest way I can describe this final outcome. I've taken a very complicated, some of my friends thought I wouldn't be able to do it. I got a call the other night from a friend of mine, fellow energy reader. I talk about him, from Japan, right? Got a call from him the other night. He said, I don't think you're going to be able to explain the world point in a fucking tarot reading. I said, oh yeah, I can. I can. I broke it down to Bruce Lee, the invisible woman in a tiny, tiny dick chakra. But yeah, there you go, right there. Plain and simple. You win here by wearing them down, beating their ego. Right? It's a little bit of rope-a-dope, but it's more someone throws everything they got at you and they couldn't hit you. Right? They get defeated at that point. They don't care anymore. Once that happens, once they realize they probably can't stop you, you just kick their ass at that point. All right? So, that's where we're at. Good for you. I still don't have a devil here. There's no devil here. You're doing the angel's work here. The devil already existed in this person, lying and hiding things. Right? Now they exposed their feelings for you, their feelings for the connection, all of it, worn on their sleeve. They're still going to try to lie their way out of it. But you're being gifted with the power of being able to fight with your ego in a way you never could before, right? The power to destroy the ego of this person, which is something you could never do. In the soulmate cycle, the DF has had a hard time with that. Reading after reading after reading, we get the ego winning. You got to fight them with empathy. They can't feel that. They don't have empathy until they admit that they do, until they open up the spigot. Now, the spigot is open. The soul is awake. Right? You got a chance to defeat this person's ego for a change. Fight on their level. Again, it is true. It is an analogy, but it is Bruce Lee principle here. Fighting is about ego. It's about destroying the opponent's ego. And that's what you have the ability to do. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck. Message for you. Final message. Truth. Ace of Swords. 9 Swords. 6 of Swords, and the Death card coming back from the pre-shuffle. The Death card is crossing the 9 Swords. These are red. Center, left, right. It's a final message for you. Can I paraphrase this? It says the same thing I've already said. It's my wear down their ego kind of a thing, and you'll beat the truth out of them. So, basically. However, do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. But it's a suggestion to you from the universe about how to make this all much easier. Ultimatums will work for you in this, in these energies. Ultimatums will work for you. You do this or else. Either put up or shut up, kind of a situation. Ultimatums will work. Okay? Now, if you don't know how to properly give ultimatums to somebody, then keep your fucking mouth shut. So this is only for people that are clever at that. I think you'll be gifted with the ability to do it. It's possible. But I have to say, make your own decisions. Right? So, again, but it appears causing this person some anxiety, backing them into a corner, will work in this case. They don't have the fight to get out of it because nothing's working. Right? So, it's a little bit of that. It's just a tip. I still don't have a fucking devil. I don't. And I am going to dig for that motherfucker in the fucking extended. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to pull on you as well. Just you, separate from this. We're going to open with that. All right. That's your reading here. This is good. Don't waste this energy. You don't have to just use this energy on this person. This is a big soulmate, high-level soulmate that's coming in here. You don't just have to use that, you know, the newfound black belt you've got in ego fighting here on this person. You could use it on other people in your life. Use it on your friend Janelle. Use it on whatever. I mean, again, it's a time to get everybody on the same page here. Get everybody moving in the right direction. We could still fix this shit. It's not too late. It applies to relationships in your life. It applies out in the world. It is not. We haven't reached the point of no return yet, but we're real fucking close. All right. And that applies to the soul connections, of course. All right. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. I want it. I can't wait to go pull it. All right. Good luck.